Welcome, honorable judges, the opposing side, and everyone present. My name is Stella, or you can call me Thảo Ngọc as my Vietnamese name. I am an 11-year-old girl that is really passionate about debate. For round 2 of a debate contest I am joining, I have decided to be on government side for the motion number 5, which is that we strongly believe that scores are not the best way to reflect a student's intelligence. So that is the motion. Throughout this debate, I will be explaining 1. How this actually works, and number 2. How the impact is a lot better than the opposing side. Before that, I want to give out some clarifications and define a definition so that we are not going to go on a different road each to provide you from doing misunderstanding from what I'm actually stating about. First is about scoring. Here, I want to say that scoring means like a grade or numerical result students received from tests or exams, or even projects in different subjects. Mostly, some people usually say that these are the main things to decide your career, your IQ, and plenty of other stuffs. However, for us, intelligence here rather means another thing. It rather means that you have good critical thinking skills, you understand it pretty quick, and you are also really creative. That is what we actually matter and what we need in our world right now. For our stance, it's pretty simple. Let us say like a number on a paper cannot just fully represent a student's intelligence, potential, or even ability to succeed. For our stance and arguments, I will be expressing 3 main arguments during my speech. Number 1 is that scores only measure like the memory type of studying and not the type of intelligence or creativity they have in your brain. There's no type of study where you get to go to a class and that they see if your brain is good or not. Rather, they will give you a paper, what you memorize from like a piece of paper they gave you earlier so that you could like review whatever you studied during that grade. That is what we at the opposite side is aiming. We would agree this for mathematics skills, for example, logical subjects where you need your mind to be working actively. However, if you want to mention about like creative like type of motions or subjects, for example, arts, literature, geography, or even history, we would like to say, especially in literature, is the students and a person who was actually studying at school have 100% or even like 80% of the potential, an ability to express what they actually think and not study like a parrot copying whatever their master is saying. For example, we could say if there's one apple and they copy the banana, that is pretty normal. However, if it tried to be something else new and it's something that no one has ever discovered before, that is the new fad. Secondly, we would also like to provide you with an argument where we say the scores are affected by external like factors that is unrelated to intelligence. If a Brilliant student, like a straight A student, dropped to C because of family stress or like sleep disorders, or maybe they are sick but they couldn't express that really quickly, then they will drop from A to C without any expectation because their tests are not keeping up with what the teacher is expecting. If we follow the opposite side, this would allow to become inequality or something that isn't like really relatable, that is actually affecting their health. And they try to reject by saying that the students should watch about their health. If the parents fight, you can't just like go and say, "Mother and father, please stop fighting." That would be like make it worse, or like your mother and father won't listen and start to fight even larger and louder, making you drop from C to D. So, and last but not least, intelligence is multidimensional, while scores are only one-dimensional. Here we meant that like intelligence could be measured in creativity, how to express, and for the scores, it's just something that you need to remember by academic skills. So in conclusion, we are standing up for 3 main things. Number 1, creative. And number 2, critical thinking. Of course, students is not the thing we are only supporting. We are also supporting our world because we want the children that get the most creative minds to be the future for us, for new technology and skills of politics. So that's the end of my speech. Thank you.